Hello YouTube and welcome to Bub's World. This is Bub, your host. Today we're going to go through a few Marvel comics that I picked up at the Bowling Green Comic and Toy Convention. This year, one of my favorite shops, the Archives in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the owner Mike, he puts on a very, very small convention. We're talking maybe 10 to 20 dealers and that's it. And he sets them all up in a room. Now, usually it's at the Fraternal Order of Police, or at least that's where it has been the last several years. Of course, the last couple of years, we didn't have one at all. So I was really waiting to get back to it. And it's funny. I talked to him and he said a lot of the vendors that used to sell that he had, they're not even selling comics anymore. Like they moved away from it. So, but we had a decent turnout. It wasn't a huge turnout. I'm really hopeful for next year. He didn't promote it that much, and he said he wasn't going to because he wasn't sure how the venue was going to work. They moved it from the Fraternal Order of Police to the National Corvette Museum, which is absolutely fantastic. If you guys have never been to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and never had a chance to see this Corvette museum, if you like cars, even if you're not like a big car buff, like you don't have to be like a big huge car lover, these are just beautiful machines, and the history of it all, it's a fantastic museum with great exhibits, so I highly recommend it. Well, they have this little like convention space inside the museum, not huge. Now, there used to be a convention in this area called Vet City Con, and it was in the same location. So I know that the location can work for a convention. The problem has always been kind of very low lighting, which is tough for buying books. But other than that, it was pretty good. And he didn't fill up the space like the last convention had filled up that space. But he's going to promote it again more next year and do more with it. So I'm excited about that. It was really just, I love small conventions. $5 to get in the door. You can bring the whole family. Everybody have a good time. Then we went and ate at the Corvette lunch, the Flame Grill or whatever. It was fantastic, super good food. And we walked around the museum and it just had a blast. So here's my Marvel haul from there, and there'll be a DC haul, and then there'll be an independent, if you will, with a lot of more Golden Age stuff and the stuff that doesn't fit into Marvel and DC. So let's make me small and get to the haul. Yo! You'll see a little theme going on here. So I'm super excited for some of the books that I got in here. I'm excited for all the books, but I have a little scheme in my head that I've been picking up lately, and I'm real happy that it worked out. So first off, we have X-Men, the Wedding Album. This is a nice mag size. Bought this off my buddy Azkaban was there, so shout out to him. If he's somewhere in the comments below, go give him a hello, a like, and a follow. I don't think he puts out too much actual video content, but he's around in the chats and the YouTubes, and he's a good dealer. So bought this off him, and this wasn't the best thing I bought off of him, but the best thing I bought off of him is in the independent haul, so be on the lookout for that. So X-Men, the Wedding Album. Nice, cool little album. It's kind of hokey. It's kind of a Jubilee story. It's not bad, but it's fun. And I like these larger mag size comics. So there we go. X-Men, the Wedding Album. Then next up, I had to fight some dude for this. It was a Star Wars Loot Crate exclusive. I picked this up off another dealer. A guy that I've also, it was funny because all the dealers I bought from them several times in the past. Now, I don't know if they know me, but I know them. Like when I walk up, well, two of them know me. And I think the third guy, he didn't really know me that well. But I bought from him a couple of times before too, and always pleased to do so. There you go. Star Wars Loot Crate Edition. That is, I'm pretty sure, Gabriel Del Auto cover, but I'll put it in the thing up here. But there you go. Loot Crate exclusive with a cool Han and Chewie there. All right, we're getting to it. Here's Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X number 84. So I already have this book, but as you guys know, it's a wraparound cover. And I used to have 2 copies of it, but so that I could frame them up together in a frame, have both comics and kind of recreate the wraparound. But I sold the other one when this book started getting a little hot. So I found this one for like $3. So I had to buy it. and put it back in the collection. And I actually think it's an upgrade copy to my original. So I ended up getting a better grade copy for $3. These are still out there. So I know for a while people were getting hot and heavy on these Weapon X storylines. I think the buzz was that there was going to be that if the MCU rebooted the X-Men series, they may start with something of a Weapon X storyline. I don't really think that's true. But in any case, when prices went bananas on Marvel books about a year and a half ago, this book got pulled up from the pile. So there you go. All right, next we have, finally, we're getting into some good stuff. Silver Age from another dealer I bought from, the guy that doesn't seem to recognize me, but I bought from him plenty. Here is X-Men number 26. So we're going all the way back to the Silver Age. So I have a rule, which is funny because Mike from Area 51, if you guys don't know him, you sub him up. He's absolutely fantastic. And he usually takes the summer off to do stuff, to do his other hobbies, but he's back to comics and figures and toys in the fall. So he's active again. But anyway, he has a rule. He says no, I think it's no 6-inch left behind or something like that, or something like that. So he has a rule where he doesn't leave a particular type of figure behind. Every time he sees one, he buys it just in case, even if it's, pieces and parts. And that's kind of the way I feel about Silver Age. So I have a rule. If it is under 100, if it's a Silver Age title, Marvel, and under number 100, which means it usually is still in the 60s, right? Than the 1960s, and it's under $20, I pretty much buy it. So, and that has got me a lot of great low grade keys in the Silver Age, but that rule, I just kind of stick with that. If I see a Silver Age book for under $20, that's under 100. And when I say the main titles, I'm talking, actually I've wavered a little bit because the only one I don't pick up like that is Daredevil, because there seems to be a lot of Daredevil, and Daredevil just really has never taken off the way that I think it should, but it just hasn't taken off. But X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. If I see an X-Men book, a Fantastic Four book, or a Spider-Man book for under $20, number 100 and below, I pick it up. I don't care about the condition. I just buy it. So that's my rule for picking these up. So, and as you can see, you end up getting a lot of great books. So here is X-Men number 26. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love it. Oh, the fire. That's so good. And then keeping it rolling, he had number 30. Now this one is low grade. This is probably a 1.0 at best. Very rough, maybe even a 0.5, but it's complete. It'd probably be a 1.0. So all of these are complete. Needs a good press. I don't know that it would help it that much, but it'll get one. All my Silver Age stuff ends up getting pressed. I pressed once when I first get it. I got to do a little light clean and press, and then I press it again before I send it out for grading, if I get them graded. So look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So cool. The Warlock Wakes. I don't know. I really dig these early X-Men books. I'm not trying to complete the entire run all the way up to 100, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I've got the most expensive ones at the top end, but I don't have the expensive ones at the bottom end. So, 1 through 4, I don't have those. So those are the ones that'll get you. Here's X-Men number 53. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I just love that. That's so cool. My wife saw that. She was like, "Is that Beast?" I was like, "No, that's Beast." Because that's before, Beast got furry. So look at that. Number 53. And then the last one in the X-Men group, number 55. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This one goes for decent money. In fact, even though it's the older of the most recent of them. Look at Marvel Girl down there looking fantastic. Old Jean Grey. That's a cool one. I absolutely love that one. That's too cool. All right. Well, that's it. That's my haul. That's my Marvel haul from this con. Bowling Green Comic and Toy Convention. Fantastic. Thanks, Mike, for putting it on again. And we'll catch you next year doing the same stuff. And be on the lookout for my DC haul and my independent haul. And remember to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.